If you don't have an awesome career game plan, you might get dinged. I'm Angela Guido, the founder of Career Protocol, and we're here to rescue your career game plan. Today we're talking career game plans. It is a very popular topic on MBA Monday because it's something that so few people understand and do incredibly well in their MBA applications. If you can submit a career game plan, in other words, your plan for your career future, including the MBA and beyond, you will hugely differentiate yourself from the competition. So especially if you come from a very challenged and big demographic, like our special guest today does, then you definitely need to have an amazing and, more importantly, inspiring career game plan. Today I have with me Aziz Lalji, Career Protocol's career coaching guru. Career Protocol's, what do we call you, Aziz? Career Protocol's...
I'm a challenged and big demographic. That's the way to do it.
We call him the career whisperer, the chief career officer. He's the guy at Career Protocol that will help you truly nail your career game plan, not only for essays, but for the rest of your life. Thanks so much for joining us today, Aziz.
Hi, Angela. It is such a pleasure to join you this morning. I'm Aziz Lalji. I'm an entrepreneur, a career coach, and a senior instructor at Career Protocol. Let me start by telling you my approach to the career game plan. And it's a very little simple insight. And then let me tell you 2 tricks on how to apply that insight. The very simple insight is you need to think in terms of human outcomes that you want to achieve rather than industry, job, or function. So quite literally, think about who you want to help, how you want to help them, and why you want to help them. For example, if you want to improve the educational outcomes for 100 million women in the developing world, that's excellent. Focus on why you want to do that. And only later down the road, think about how you might want to do that as an education-focused consultant at Dahlberg, followed by starting your own nonprofit focused on education for underrepresented and underserved women. So that's the first outlook, the first insight here. Focus on human outcomes and your superpower to achieve those human outcomes.
Can you give our MBA Monday watchers some tips on how they can operationalize that as they're thinking through their career goals?
Absolutely. And tips, I have 2. First of all, ask yourself the $100 million question. And that goes somewhat like this. Imagine you had $100 million in the bank and all your personal, financial, social, familial needs were all met. Once you got crazy travel and adventure out of your system, what would you actually wake up in the morning and do? What would you actually spend your time, money, effort on? That answer is probably what you should be doing in your career. And we at Career Protocol offer you a structured process of introspection and research where you project those values onto what the world needs in a form the world can use. And that is ultimately really powered uniquely by a top MBA degree. So that's the first trick. It's the $100 million question. The second one comes in a few stages, and I like to call it the backward march. So ask yourself the question now. You're 95 years old. You're looking back on your life at your legacy. What fundamental idea, outcome, initiative did you advance in your time on Earth, and for whom? Okay, try and find that answer. Then go back a little bit. Then say you're at the peak of your career. You're 45, 50, 55. What organizations are you leading? What companies or initiatives are you running to advance this idea and this outcome? And more importantly, what unique attributes or skills or superpowers, as I like to call them, are you leading with? Now move back a little bit and then ask yourself, what first few jobs in the 5, 10, 15 years after your MBA are you using to build these skills, these attributes, these networks? Now move back one more step. And here you ask yourself, for each school, what part of their curriculum, their network, their culture will actually give you these attributes, these skills, to help you in your short and long-term goals.
Amazing. So amazing. I have no follow-up questions. This has been MBA Monday. Just kidding. We're not going to do that. Aziz, you're extremely experienced at walking students through this process. And as you ask those questions, I found myself thinking, gosh, thank goodness I'm not applying to business school, because answering those questions is extremely intimidating, even to me, even now. So what piece of advice do you have for people who might be trying to go it alone?
Don't be afraid, and don't think you already know the answer. Be genuinely open to finding an answer that will surprise you, maybe shock you, and hopefully delight you.
Thanks so much, Aziz. Come back next week for more MBA Monday. So please subscribe, and while you're at it, leave Aziz a comment if you really enjoyed his advice today. Thanks so much. See you next week. I'm just trying to think of what's the funny intro that we're gonna do. I'm just gonna pull it out of my brain. Just right now, it's just gonna pop. It's just gonna okay.